Welcome back to the Wild Wisdom Full Moon Practice. I'm Michelle McEwen, and each full moon I share a practice to help keep you on track with the lunar cycle and your new moon practice. These practices are crafted to keep you spiritually nourished and to help you continue to expand your spiritual growth. This month our practice is the heart of belonging. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Lao Tzu. We are active participants in an interconnected web of life. How we participate is our choice. At the heart of belonging is the understanding that we are nature, that we live within the rhythm of life. Life offers countless moments of wonder, awe, and interconnection when we choose to pay attention to what's around us. When we engage with thankfulness and reverence for the good things we have and are fully present to what is unfolding around us. Recently, I got a call about an eastern pygmy-possum out on Cape Otway at a large forested property with a campground. It didn't sound as though she was injured, so I took my scales with me to assess her properly and decide whether she could go straight back to her home or needed to come into care. She was in the manager's office in a cardboard box. All her vitals were good and she was bright, weighing 28 grams, within the average weight range for an adult. So I felt she could go back home. The manager knew roughly where she'd been picked up, near where they'd been chopping up old fallen trees and stacking the logs earlier that morning. Old trees and fallen logs are perfect shelter for these tiny possums. One of the campers had been walking past the wood stacks, seen her and picked her up. She had probably been asleep inside a hollow log and been disturbed during all the activity. As they are nocturnal and because it's winter, she may even have been in a torpor. Displaced from her home, she was completely disoriented. I tucked her back into the little cardboard box, adding some soft fabric for cushioning, and set off with one of the workers on their quad bike, as it was quite a distance away, deep in the forest. After 15 or 20 bumpy minutes, we arrived at the area where the trees had fallen. It was a little daunting because we didn't know exactly where she'd been found. I wanted to put her back as close as possible to where she belonged, and for such a tiny creature, even a few meters could make all the difference. I stood quietly and surveyed the scene until I saw a perfect spot. It was an area of older fallen branches and bark with long grass growing luxuriantly through them. There were plenty of hiding places to snuggle into and less chance of the wood being cut up for firewood. I let my heart tell me exactly where to place her. She disappeared straight away, scurrying out of sight. As I walked away, I had a strong feeling to turn around, and there she was. She'd popped her head up and was looking at me as if she was saying, "Thank you, goodbye." My heart said, "Thank you too, and goodbye." Then she slowly turned and disappeared back under the logs. I had the sense that all was well. I'd been worried that I might have put her in the wrong place, but now I was reassured. That little being was where she belonged. And in that moment, I felt a deep sense of belonging. Belonging is nourished through relationship, wonder, appreciation, and participation. Many people in the modern world have lost their sense of belonging. We can find ourselves feeling disconnected, uprooted, or uncertain about where we belong. Yet deep within, we know that we belong because we are part of life. Belonging is something we experience and nourish through the way we live, the choices we make, and the relationships we cultivate with ourselves, one another, and the world around us. When you lose your sense of belonging, find something that needs doing. Pick fresh herbs for dinner. Spend a little time in the garden. Sweep the veranda. Give your full attention to the task before you. These simple acts bring us into the present moment and into the flow of life. There are also simple things that nourish our sense of belonging. For me, a warm cup of milk with honey and nutmeg takes me straight back to my childhood living with my grandparents. It carries with it a feeling of warmth, comfort, and safety. We all have experiences, places, smells, tastes, and memories that awaken this feeling within us. Feeling safe is the foundation of belonging. Wonder and beauty are woven through life. They are always here, waiting for our attention. Place yourself where you are more likely to encounter them. Step outside at your favourite time of day. Watch the changing light as the sun sets or a storm arrives. Listen to the birds at dawn or walk among the trees. As we give our attention to the living world, we become fully present. In those moments, we simply know that we belong. Wonder opens our eyes. Appreciation helps us recognise what is precious. Participation allows belonging to become something we live each day. When we choose to participate in life through simple acts of care, attention, and appreciation, our sense of belonging is strengthened. And now, our full moon ritual of belonging. This simple ritual is inspired by an old Druidic tradition of lighting 3 candles. For this full moon and the next few days as we move into the creative waning gibbous moon, let these 3 candles remind you of the relationships that illuminate your life and deepen your sense of belonging. Each morning or evening, place 3 candles on your altar, kitchen table, or windowsill. As you light each one, pause for a few moments of reflection. The first candle, for your relationship with yourself. May I live with an open heart. The second candle, for your relationship with the living world. May I recognise that I am part of the great web of life. The third candle, for your relationship with spirit. May I live with courage, truth, and wisdom. Then sit quietly for a while, allowing the light of the candles to settle your attention. If you are able, step outside for a few moments and notice the beauty and wonder around you. If you remain indoors, notice the warmth of the candlelight, the sound of the rain, or the stillness of the evening, or whatever is happening at that time. As the rest of the month unfolds, remember to visit your altar of wild beauty and see how nature is arranging it. Reflect on the relationships that continue to nourish your sense of belonging. Thank you for listening. As we move through 2026, a new rhythm is emerging. It's a threshold time where we have the opportunity to begin new ways of being. If this resonated, feel free to share it with someone who might appreciate it. I create these podcasts to support a deeper way of being, one that brings a sense of belonging, steadiness, and connection to life. Even one new person can make a difference. You can also subscribe to my free monthly practices via my website. I'll be back with more very soon.